Hello, welcome to English with Mancho. Today we have a great episode. Today's episode is what is it famous for? 뭐로 유명해요? So each country has something it's very famous for. Like when you think of Korea, what do you think of? Maybe kimchi. But if someone asks you, what is Korea famous for? You can say like 한국 뭐로 유명해요? So 이렇게 말해도 돼요. Like you can use any of these. You can say Korea is famous for LG, Samsung. So what does LG and Samsung make? LG하고 삼성 뭐 만들어요? LG makes refrigerators, 냉장고, they make washing machines, 세탁기, they make washing machines, dryers, they make cell phones, 휴대폰 만들어요. They make like everything. They make TVs, they make all top-notch electronics. So LG and Samsung, they make top-notch electronics. They have high-tech technology. They have very good technology. So Korea is famous for big companies like LG, Samsung, and what else? They make cars. In America, when I came back to America from Korea, I saw a lot of Hyundai cars, a lot of Kia cars. So Korea is famous for making cars. It's one of the top 5 car makers in the world. Korea is famous for obviously kimchi. 김치 때문에 한국도 유명해요. So Korea is famous for Korean barbecue, and now Korea is also famous for BTS, K-pop. So Korea is famous for K-pop and Korean dramas. So I talk with a lot of international people. And people from Japan, people from the Philippines, people from the US, and they watch Korean TV shows. They know Korean K-pop. So Korea is famous for a number of things. Now, what is the US famous for? US is famous for New York City. So 재정 관련 있는 곳에서 유명해요. So New York is especially famous for fashion and finance businesses, for movies. And then on the other side of the country, they have California. So in California, California is famous for Hollywood. So US is famous for making movies. 예전에 like 이런 기구 있어서 like the camera. So US is famous for Hollywood, for New York City, for hamburgers, for pizza, even though pizza is originally from Italy. So 피자 원래 이탈리아에서 왔는데 사람들이 미국 음식이라고 생각도 할 수 있어요. 패스트푸드니까요. So US is famous for also the government. President Trump is very famous. Like 아쉽게 많이 유명해요. 트럼프 대통령. But also 민주주의로 유명해요, 미국. So America is famous for being a democracy. 민주주의니까 유명해요. So America is famous for being a democracy. Democracy is power by the people. Like 사람들이, like 주민들이, 시민들이 like 힘 있어요. 그거 like democracy. It's a power by the people is a democracy. So US is famous for being a democracy. So we have Korea, we have US. 다른 나라도 봅시다. Let's take a look at other countries and what they're famous for. 덜 유명한 나라도 봅시다. So Egypt. What is Egypt famous for? So Egypt is famous for 뭐로 유명해요? Egypt 뭐로 유명해요? Egypt is famous for the pyramids. So the pyramids. So Egypt is famous for the pyramids. Another country in the Middle East. Middle East is like all the like Arab countries. 아랍 나라하고 이스라엘 그리고 Egypt like 그 지역 영어로 Middle East이라고 해요. So that area we call the Middle East. So the UAE, United Arab Emirates. UAE, what is UAE famous for? UAE is famous for oil, 석유. UAE is famous for oil. Abu Dhabi, Dubai, it is famous for the really tall building. Like it has the tallest building in the world. So UAE, 그 나라 like 제일 큰 건물 만들었어요. 그래서 되게 그 건물로도 유명해요. So UAE, United Arab Emirates, is famous for the two big cities, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and it has the tallest building in the world, and it has a lot of oil and a lot of money, like 돈도 많아요. It is famous because it has a lot of money. So another country is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is famous for oil. It's famous for the royal family, like 왕자도 있어요. So Saudi Arabia is famous for oil, and it's famous for the royal family. 아직까지 그런 정부 있어요. So they are managed by the royal family. And now we looked at some countries in the Middle East. Let's take our focus to South America. 이제 남미 나라로 봅시다. So the first country we have is Venezuela. So what is Venezuela famous for? Venezuela 뭐로 유명해요? So Venezuela is famous for it's famous for oil, like 석유. It's famous for oil. It's famous for beautiful women. So Venezuela usually finishes in like top 3. Like 미인도 많아요. Venezuela 그 미인 like contest 대회 같은 것 항상 like 1등, 2등, 3등 중에 해요. So Venezuela is famous for oil. It's right now at the moment it is famous for a really bad economy. 요새 경제 너무 안 좋아서 그래서 조금 유명해요. 공산주의라서 like 경제가 망했어요. So because it is communist and the government took the oil from the companies, it is the economy 경제 떨어졌어요. The economy crashed. So it is famous right now for oil, having large amounts of oil, beautiful women, and right now it has a bad economy. 예전에 남미 나라 중에 like 아주 잘 사는 나라였어요. 아쉽게 요새 그렇게 잘 못 살아요, 사람들이. So let's go to its neighbor. 이웃 나라 갑시다. 내 부모 집 콜롬비아 봅시다. 콜롬비아 뭐로 유명해요? So Colombia is, what is Colombia famous for? Colombia is famous for like, unfortunately, 불행히, it is famous for drugs. 마약도 유명하고. It is famous for drugs, coffee. So Colombia is famous for coffee, and recently, Colombia is famous for a lot of reggaeton artists. Reggaeton is Spanish hip hop. Hip hop, rap, like 음악, 랩 음악 같은 음악이 있는데, 레게톤이라고 하는 음악이 있는데, 그거 Spanish style, it is Spanish style hip hop. So Colombia has many famous artists like Maluma, J Balvin, Karol G. In America now, the Colombian artists in reggaeton are very famous. Next country that we look at is Brazil. What is Brazil famous for? Brazil is famous for samba dancing. It is dancing culture. Brazil is famous for soccer. It is famous for beaches, like 바다. 유명한 바다도 있어요, Brazil. So Brazil has some famous beaches like Copacabana in Rio de Janeiro, and Brazil is famous for like music and dancing and soccer. Really a fun country. I went to Brazil when I was maybe 21 years old. I had a great time. The music is very good, and I remember like there's a lot of sunlight and a lot of love for soccer. Like Brazilians love soccer. The final country we will look at in South America and for today is Argentina. Argentina. What is Argentina famous for? Argentina is famous for beef. Beef, that's cow meat. Cow meat is called beef. 소고기. 소고기로 유명해요, Argentina. So Argentina is famous for beef and also for soccer. So 축구로도 유명해요. So Argentina has some of the best soccer players ever to play the game of soccer. So two of the best soccer players ever come from Argentina. One, Maradona in the 1980s. 1980대 마라도나 세계는 최고 선수였어요. So Diego Maradona, Argentina is famous for soccer. Superstars like Diego Maradona, and recently Lionel Messi, so the Barcelona FC soccer player. So there we have it. Today's lesson is what is, and then like the country famous for. Like 그 나라 뭐로 유명해요. So you can ask somebody, Vietnam. What is Vietnam famous for? Or you can tell your friends, Korea is famous for K-pop, or Korea is famous for Korean dramas or entertainment, or really top-notch electronic goods. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. 이런 같은 비디오 계속 보기가 원하면 thumbs up 해 주시고 그리고 구독해 주십시오. I will see you next time. Bye bye.